Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius December 27, 2022. A close relationship might expand or grow. You are more confident when it comes to pursuing your dreams. You are also more charismatic and might find increased success in communicating. Truly inspired conversations can be had now, particularly with someone special. It's a great time to brainstorm. You are tuned into something higher, and your spiritual life is more prosperous. You're especially willing to communicate with others in more meaningful ways. This week, personal revelations can emerge. Something that you buried or neglected is likely to surface and demand attention. You're now feeling more equipped to handle problems in your personal life. The majestic moon is our goddess of the night. She dances in perfect rhythm through our sky. Today, as she visits Aquarius, you'll be feeling an intellectual and mental energy blending with your emotions. You could notice that you're a bit more focused on your sense of self-worth and whether others, especially your romantic partner or spouse, are validating and accepting you in the ways you need. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, as the moon can help you forget your fears and embrace your most sensitive side. Of course, have some hot cocoa or warm apple cider before the Christmas lights. What do you value? You may become remarkably focused on your priorities at work and your finances. But the lunar energy will have a unique take, so you may not be focused on traditional assets or aspects. Instead, you may focus on the nuances of your work life, which may include needing or wanting something a tad more unconventional than what you would typically seek. It could be an unusual money-making opportunity that you may not usually take an interest in, or a desire that you want to prioritize. To have the moon and Mars come together over Christmas, but with the new year now just around the corner, is helping to inspire your imagination on the income and job fronts. It is while the moon is making its last visit to your income sector for the year that it forms a friendly aspect to Mars, for the last time while in retrograde motion in your work sector. This is giving you an intuitive read on the growing potential on both fronts. One of the best ways to improve your health is to give yourself more time. No, I am not talking about turning back the clock. Give yourself the time between activities to regroup and understand what you want and need to do next. When we rush from place to place, we lose our sense of purpose and regret the time we waste. Even the choice of what you eat will be affected by giving yourself enough time to notice what you really want. Pull away from the family and take some time out for just you. This day will encourage this kind of time, as it brings rejuvenation to your mind and soul. Even if you have to put in a full day with relatives, there's always time for a walk. If possible, enjoy a hot bubble bath by candlelight, or lie back and listen to your favorite music. Or meditate for a while and get some extra rest. You'll feel refreshed and ready to go afterwards. When the moon left Capricorn yesterday, it didn't just wrap up its last visit to your sign for the year or the last new moon of 2022, but its only visit while Venus is here. You are only 4 days into your birthday month and new solar year, but with Venus leaving in the new year, this has left you with a better read on what your heart is telling you. With your heart, intuition, instincts and imagination on the same page, this puts you in a better position to steer the wave of forward momentum that the new moon has created. When the moon left Capricorn yesterday, it not only wrapped up the last new moon of 2022 and a chance to embrace this new solar year, but the only visit while Venus, the planet of love, was here. The moon returned just as Venus had spent the previous days connecting with planets on the romantic front, something that has amplified the spirit of romance while giving your heart a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Holiday stress could make balancing emotions and partnerships difficult today, so avoid getting snippy with your partner. You might also feel as though your self-care has been put on hold, so try to find those moments when you can connect with your breath and find your zen. This will be especially important for anyone in charge of arranging holiday meals or festivities, so be extra gentle with yourself if you're carrying a heavy load of responsibilities. Things come together in your house of money and values this week. It may explain why, even though there are certain opportunities coming your way, some of them require more work or more education than you currently have or have time for. Don't worry. You're facing a time when you need to focus on the politics of your job. Take the boss out to lunch. Luckily, this energy begins to dissipate with a supportive connection between the Aquarius moon and Jupiter. The atmosphere becomes dreamier and less stressful, so don't be afraid to relax for a bit. If you're celebrating the holidays, this is a great time to connect with the children in your family. You'll feel like a child yourself as you share in all the excitement they experience. Feel free to indulge in a little playtime, and allow the light-hearted energy to waft through your household. You have a host of astrological aspects to choose from this week, many of which affect your work and money. First, your relationships could possibly be less than stable. You may need to count on someone else for that loan you'd hoped for. Aspects in your house of large institutions like banks and the IRS indicate you should be careful what you say and how you say it. The moon continues its journey through Aquarius until tomorrow, so take a minute to appreciate any presents you've received in the last few days, and think of ways you can give back to your community. The cosmic weather is quiet today until the Aquarius moon trines Mars in Gemini, engendering confidence. We are inspired to champion collaborative projects, surrounding ourselves with people who share our vision of the future. However, Mars is still retrograde, suggesting that we avoid going full steam ahead. Our initiatives are worth the effort, but our success will depend upon timing, and the timing is less than ideal. What we lack in energy, we will more than make up for creatively. Brainstorming is the best use of our time, so start spitballing. Devise conceptual ideas that you are not married to. Continue to adapt your plans as the occasion calls for it. Sensible strategizing helps us to know when to take the lead and when to pass the baton. This week is about the exciting yet somewhat daunting activity in your communication sector, asking you to become more professional in your way of speaking. Although things may feel tense, it's an excellent opportunity to go deeper into spiritual practices like meditation and yoga, especially if they help you process new ideas that can eventually earn you more money. In the evening, the moon sextiles Chiron in Aries, offering healing. As the moon transits Aquarius, our emotions err on the side of the rational. We don't jump to conclusions. So, when we encounter a triggering situation, our first reaction may be to not react at all. Instead, we check ourselves and try to understand the mechanism behind our anxieties. We can look at our problems objectively, and choose whether to address them or release them. Through our choices, we set an example for others. Our approach has a ripple effect within our community, inspiring our friends and family likewise to confront and release their own pain in healthy ways.